And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called The Princess and the Goblin. In this game, the princess and a young friend are trapped by goblins in a cave. You need to escape to get back to the castle, all right? All players are doing this. I guess all your princesses have been captured by the same goblins. But you need to escape. And how do you do this? By memory, of course. In this game, players are trying to escape. They're trying to escape from the goblin underground and get to safety. And they're going to do so by building a path. You'll see this path here is a perfectly built path. And it's easy because there are 4 levels of paths here, and they have different symbols on them. So I know that a ring always connects to a ring, green always connects to a green. So this goes from level 1 to level 3 to level 4, level 4 to level, and then level 4 shows to the green passageway where I can have a castle here. Now the way this is done is these tiles are all going to be mixed up and placed here in a pile in the middle of the table. On a player's turn, they can explore or they can escape. However, once you start escaping, you have to continue doing so. So when you explore, a player will draw the top tile from here. Look at this one. Okay, this one goes from this level to that level. Okay, so they're keeping track of that. And then they place it somewhere. When they place it down, they can look at both of the tiles that it's next to. If they want to, they can also put one of their breadcrumb tiles on it. Each player has 4 breadcrumb tiles, and you probably are going to put it down to give you some sort of clue about it. So then the next time you go, you might look at this tile as a goblin tile. I might put this one here so I can look at that one, and maybe I'll put a token on one of these too. You don't have to put out tokens, and slowly but surely, players are putting these out and looking at them, and different breadcrumb tokens from the different players might be on these tiles. When you decide to escape, you take one of these, and then you start escaping. So you might say, all right, I'm going to take this tile first. Goblin tile. My escape is already over. Any tiles I might have collected are done. I put them back, and I have to wait till next turn to keep escaping. Maybe I draw this one. Well, that's great. That goes from level 4 to level 4, but that does not fit here, so I have to put it back. It does not work. So I'm going to keep going until I find one. Okay, let's say I found this one here. This one goes from level 1 to level 2. I place this one here on the path. And then I take this one here, level 2 to level 2. Now, whenever you take one with a breadcrumb on, you capture that breadcrumb. It's put here in this. And eventually, hopefully, you'll get to a point where you'll be able to find the final section here. So let's build it here real quickly. This goes from level 2 to green. This goes from green to green. We need one that, there we go. So I finished this. I built the whole thing here. And if I finish it, then I'm going to get points equal to the breadcrumbs I capture, plus the scrolls that I've gotten along the way. While I'm doing that, though, I'm going to, each turn of the game, turn over, when it's my turn, turn one of these over, turning it into goblins. And once these are all turned over, anyone who hasn't escaped is trapped with the goblins forever. Also, while someone is escaping, if you want to, and you know where goblins are, you can just say, like, goblins. You shout it, turn it over, and they lose their turn. Now, this stays face up, so you can't do that again. Now, that's the regular game. In the advanced game, you can switch tiles that you put down, and you're also looking for goblin tiles. The number on a revealed goblin tile, when you turn this over, you have to be able to beat that number. And then there's also some rules for solitaire. But basically, it's a memory game. As you're placing these out, you need to remember what they are, where they are, and be able to build a cave path that gets you to freedom. Now, here's the thing about this game here, is that The Princess and the Goblin is really fun looking. The artwork is good. Bellwether Games does a good job on their artwork and components. The symbols on these are very clear and easy to distinguish. The game is, of course, obviously set up to be where you're going to be exploring and looking at things. And then at some point, it's like, all right, I've seen enough. I can do it. I have figured out the path to get out. And you need to do that before other people. And then you use your memory to remember where those tiles are. The problem is this comes together in an extremely unfun method, at least for me. Now, memory is a thing that not everyone likes about games, to remember where things are. But in this game, memory is taken to a degree that I don't enjoy. Because you're sitting there and you're remembering, and you have those breadcrumb tokens that you can put down to help you remember what's on a tile. And of course, then make that tile good for someone else. So maybe I put a breadcrumb on a goblin tile to fool you. But that just, why would I go to a tile that I don't know anyway? And that's the problem with this game. There's not a lot of tiles in this game. At some point, you need to escape. So you go and you just randomly pick tiles, or you pick the ones that you know, or maybe you find the path really quickly. It's just there's too much randomness in the game. See, here's what happens. You flip a tile over. Oh, great. That goes from level 1 to level 3. I flip another tile over, level 3 to level 4. Good. Here's the one that goes to the grass. Boom. I'm done. I figured it out. I can do it very quickly. But wait, I'm not going to get many points doing that. All right, I'll do it anyway because it will trap other people in the mountain. Great. And I know it's the way the concept of the game is supposed to work. Or you could be like, no, I'm going to travel around here more and find more clues, get more of those scroll tokens. That would work maybe in a solitaire game, but there's not a lot of tiles here. And if you're playing with more than one player, literally, if it's just 2 people playing, or 3 or 4, it's even worse, other people are taking the tiles. Other people are start escaping. So they grab that one tile and you're like, oh, great. I don't know the connection here. Or that really, I apologize for calling a rule stupid, but it really feels like a stupid rule to have someone else to be able to scream goblins, turn it over, and you lose your turn. Because they knew where goblins were, they can just make me lose my turn. How is that fun? I mean, it's interesting that the goblins are in there and you can flip them over and boom, your turn's over. But if you know where goblins are, and it's kind of a mess because you're sitting there the whole time. You're like, okay, I remember that's there, that's there, that's there. Okay, all right, so I'm ready to escape. And the thing is, once you start escaping, you got to finish. So if someone takes that tile that you needed to finish, you can't explore more. You can't add more tiles to the table. So you're kind of just in limbo and you're done. This game is definitely too random and convoluted, I think, for kids. It looks like it's a game marketed at kids. The kids I played it with did not enjoy it. I played it with adults. They did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy it. But I can see that maybe some people will. But I think the combination of memory's not a bad mechanism, but I think the combination of memory and take that elements and just kind of a convoluted system of how the scoring works and stealing breadcrumbs and stuff, it's a messy little game. And little games need to be clean and simple and fun. I don't think this fits any of those characteristics. Dice Tower Judgment, too much memory, not enough fun.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.